Good morning. It is April 4th, 2015. Joe Clyde for AscensionPathway.com and the Evan Fain YouTube channel showing you what they did. But first I want to tell you what happened last night with the blood moon. They were out spraying all night. I was up early in the morning to check out that blood moon. The whole sky was completely covered chemtrails, so you couldn't see it. Okay? So, anyway. Look what's going on already in that western sky. As I pan over here, look at the rail this guy left first. Okay, that's the end of the rail as he comes down here. And look, he turned. He turned to make the cross. Look at that. And look what's coming up over here as we speak. This guy is turning. He's turned in mid-flight. Look at this. He's turned in mid-flight because look at the rail. And just, we'll follow the rail. Look at this friggin' rail. Look at this guy. And he's running parallel to that other rail. Look at this. Let me turn it. And let me turn it as I get him into the viewfinder. Look at that. How notorious. Silver bullet. Fully loaded tanks. There's the line or the grid right next to him. Look at that line there. My gosh. That's the guy that had the spun rail, so they straightened out both the rails. Then in the background over here, let me back it up so you can see it. This guy spun a rail, and he's still spinning the rail. He's all the way down into the horizon. And then that's the northern sky. Look at the mess that is. Look at that. They're just non-stop. Look at the fin work. And then there's a guy right over there. Sun's in my eyes. I'm doing the best I can. But he's out right up there. They're just, it's all, look at this eastern sky. Look at this friggin' mess. It's all chemtrailed. All okay, the whole sky. The grid is, but you can see the grid. Look at the double rails. They're double railing on the grid now. The whole sky is completely gridded. Look at that southern sky. There's a guy way in the back. He's coming up. My gosh. It's going to be a non-stop assault today. The whole sky is completely gridded. This is already whisked up here. This is just beyond science fiction, people. This is your reality here. Look at those friggin' rails. The whole sky, they're doming us. And there's mini rails in between here, the skinny ones that haven't dispersed yet. They have the ones that are already dispersed. They were out all night spraying. Look at, and that's where the guy mixed the X-ray in there. Look at that rail. Oh God, it's sickening. And now we got another guy. Just seconds later as they continue the onslaught. Minute after minute. Second over second. It's just not going to stop. Look how they go up on an angle to create the dome effect. That looks like a red tail, perhaps. It's up there pretty good. I'm going to follow his rail back down, okay? So you can see how close the grid pattern is. My gosh, they got this grid work already built. Look at this. Come on. When this all disperses, the whole sky will be completely covered. Completely covered. Oh my gosh, I just can't believe the people of Arizona still put up with this. My God, look how this is dispersing. Let me give you a better perspective. Let me blow that up a little bit. Look at this already starting to thin out. And here comes another one. Look at they completing the grid here. There's the guy up there. My gosh. It's just not going to stop. Oh, I haven't even looked at the weather report yet. So I'm sure they're going to say it's cloudy. There's not a cloud in the friggin' sky, and there hasn't been in a while. This is all friggin' chemtrails. Look how they're doming it. See how they're going from see how it's like in a dome? So it'll completely cover us in this dome. Look in the background, you can see where the grid work has already been built. This is so sickening. This has got to be one of the worst days I've seen in a long time. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get real worse. Oh, man. It's just, look at this as it's dispersing. Wow. Just look at this. Oh my God, have mercy on their souls. Jeez. Somebody has to pay the piper. Look at this guy. That has to be a red tail. Look at the unsymmetrical plume. Those are red tails that have that unsymmetrical plume. My gosh. See and we've documented this before. There's 3 different mixes coming out of that thing. 3 different mixes. Huh, a little biplane flying by. Oh my gosh. This is just, I can't fathom anymore. This is just unbelievable. All right, I'm just at the end of my driveway, and you can see what they've done. There's another guy spraying back in there. See him? Look at the cross grid. The whole sky completely filthy. There's not a cloud in the sky. This is all chemtrails. Another couple of fresh rails laid across here. Let me turn it this way, give you a different perspective. Double rails. All the way across. They're going to be doing this all friggin' day. It's really easy to figure this out yourself, people. All you have to do is go look at the weather radar forecast, and wherever they show the cloud movement, just look outside. The jets are spraying the clouds. There is no clouds. This is what they've been doing. They're going to control the weather by 2025. It's already in an Air Force document. So people need to start complaining real soon here, please. Look at these trails that have already been wisped. See how it blankets the wisp from trail to trail? And they're covering it like a dome. They're doming us now. They shoot straight up. They don't plateau. They hit a highest peak, and then they slowly come back down like in a dome. You don't believe me? Just look at this rail right here. See how it goes up, and then it goes back down. They're railing us, and they're doming us. I want to show you these wisps. Look how from trail to trail it drops, and then the wisps connect each other. See that? To make a fool of public and to create that dome. It's about 10:15 in the morning. I came back inside, had breakfast, got the weather report, and look what it says. This is for the Cottonwood, Jerome, Sedona area in Arizona. And it probably covers all of northern Arizona as well. But as you can see what I see, partly cloudy. There's no clouds out there. It's all chemtrails. We've already documented there's not a single cloud out there. It's all chemtrails. 11 o'clock, partly cloudy. 12 o'clock, partly cloudy. So they're going to chemtrail it just enough to piss you off. And then 1 o'clock they say it's going to be sunny. So it's going to, what does that mean? It's going to blow off? This is just getting utterly ridiculous. The people falling for this day after day after day. From 4 o'clock on, it says mostly sunny. Then they're going to start spraying some more. Partly cloudy, partly cloudy, partly cloudy. Or no, mostly cloudy. They're going to start making it really chemtraily. Because I heard the future forecast. They said Sunday, all clouds. But we know there's no clouds here in Arizona. We know this. Here is the AccuWeather forecast. Again, left-hand corner gives you the Eastern Daylight Time. So do the math in the state in your area. Here's where I'm at. You can see what they're doing. It's all chemtrails. That's not clouds. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's all toxic chemtrails. New Mexico, they're all chemtrailed. A little bit of Colorado. Texas, you see how they're getting hit. They're spraying all down that East Coast again. They're doing that same thing they did the other day. It's good to see the Midwest getting a little reprieve, no chemtrailing. Michigan getting hit a little bit. The northeastern states, Maine and into there, they're getting hit, making it rain a little. But at least the Midwest, look at that. Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, parts of Oklahoma, parts of Nebraska. Oh yeah. At least they're not getting hit that hard. Canada still getting hit hard. Idaho, they're getting hit. Montana. But there you see, what we have here. The spraying continues. There it is. In my area here, they're spraying. I just showed you. You saw what's going on. They're not clouds. Oh man, people, you gotta wake up. Real soon. Soon. Alright, we're back. It's about 11:30 in the morning. I want to show you what has transpired here. Here's the western sky. You saw the mess earlier, what they were doing. Okay, now I just want to show you what this. If people weren't paying attention, they'd come outside and say, hey, this is a cloud. But we know it's not. Look at the fin work up in there. You can see the fins, it's broken apart. Look at all these little, whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? It's almost as if they're getting pushed together by EMF frequencies as they gather together to form this cloudoid. So they can fool the public into thinking it's really clouds. I mean, look at this. You can see how it's all breaking apart and it's all coming together. Breaking apart and coming together at the same time. Over on the horizon, you can see these were chemtrails. Look how it's all kind of forming into a cloudoid. To fool the dumbed down public who's been drinking the fluoridated water their whole life, eating their GMOs, over-estrogenated. Look at this. Same thing here. I mean, look at all these little patches and dots and wisps of chemtrails that are being pulled together somehow into these cloudoids. You see that? In a way up here you can see wisps already, they're already wisping. Okay, they're already falling down. But as I pan back over to the western sector, you can see the chemtrail I went through there already to add more to it. And look at this grid. Look at this grid right there. Look how that's all dispersed. And the same thing that's what's going to happen here has happened there. Okay, it's the same exact thing. And then if you look over here, we got another guy way in the back spraying some more plume. It's just a non-stop assault. But just look how that is dispersing. Look at the grid work. Look at that grid work. Look at the wisps falling between the grids. Look at the grid work that's already built way in the back horizon there in that southern sky. Look at the wisps up here as I pan into that eastern sector. Look at the cloudoid that was formed from all the big mess from the grid crossing together as it forms into these little cloudoids. Look at the chemtrail over here with this guy left. And he shot it right up in through there. Right straight above me is nothing but chemtrail wisps from cloudoids and chemtrails that have either pulled together or they're breaking apart. It looks like they've been pulled together. Some are breaking apart. This is just the bullshittest thing I've ever seen. I've been documenting every day. The haze in the background clearly documented. Oh my gosh, when people come out of work today or they just get up and go outside, oh yeah, well, it's partly cloudy. No, it's not. These are all chemtrails. These are not clouds. So if you think these still are clouds, you need to, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. But these are not clouds. If you can't figure it out by now with all the documentation that I have given you, you can see what has been done in our sky. You can see what's happening here. See that grid work that they put? Here's past chemtrail. Look how it's just being drawn into it so they can kind of complete it into a complete cloudoid. The jets will be spraying all day to continue this facade. Just watch. Look at that bomb right there, and then just below it we got another guy spraying. And then as I pan down, we got another guy spraying. See that? They're just continuing the grid all day long. Lines way in that back horizon. See those? It's just a non-stop assault to try to get that cloudy sky going. Look how he crossed that grid. That'll be a bomb there once that happens. He's heading to another line. My God, people, you gotta start complaining to this. Look at the fin work. It's all breaking apart. We have a hole in the grid around 12:30, quarter to 1, and then we got this guy placing some plume. They just will not allow us to have some blue sky. Jeez. And then right behind him is another guy following him right behind him. One right after another. As it's just never gonna stop. That's like a red bad boy of some sort. It's like a different color. Wow. Yeah, it's a red bad boy. They're still doing the east and west thing. Right after that other guy. Jeez, come on. Well, I might as well show you this. That's a cloudoid. You can tell there's no fluffiness. It just looks like powdered cocaine or something, you know what I mean? And down here below, as you can see, it's all graham crackered or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm giving up. Can't think of any more names for this crap. Some fin work up there all busted up. But there you have it. So what's going on all day today. It's 1 o'clock and we got this guy heading right into that fin work. You see that? Let me back it off so you can see the fins. No clouds there, folks. That's all chemtrail fin work. You can see the fins in there. It's just a bunch of chemtrails that have bonded together to make it look like a cloud to fool you. Yeah, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. We got this guy flying by. He's going north to south, but let me show you where he's headed. Okay, silver bullet. Let me show you. Back him off. Past those little wisps. And he's going to be heading to this grid work right over there. See how he wants to cross all those lines back in there? Oh yeah. And we're going to watch him do it. A little windy out here, so if you hear the wind, that's all that is. He's heading over the first rail. There he goes. See that? Now you understand. Now you understand what he's doing. Now he's heading for the second rail. That's down there. And then he'll hit that third one. There he's hitting the second rail. I'm only going to show you up to that second one. You can see him hit the third. Hit that first one up there, hit the second one there. And now he's, see the X there? Now he's going to hit that third rail right down in there. And there's rails all down there. So he'll be knocking out each one of those rails. And we're going to focus on that guy one more time. You can see he passed the 1, 2, 3, and now he's heading for that fourth rail. Completing the grid. So he can go home and tell his family that, well, you know, we completed the grid work. Ha ha ha. Well, the assault never stops. This is only 2 minutes later, and you can see the guys up on the angle, trying the domus, spraying it in the dome formation, up and over, and then it all falls in the dome. Just like Mad Max, but we're Arizonians in the soot dome. And so are you. And you can see where that guy is headed. He's headed right for that grid work. Look at the difference. Same rails that I showed you that other guy hit. You back it off. I'm going to show you what he's doing. See, he heads right over or under that flume. Right in there. See that? That's how they make the grid. Then it disperses into cloudoids that people think are clouds. Look what this son of a bitch just done. Right over top of that existing rail. Yep. That could be a red tail. Or a silver bullet. It's in that red tail area where the red tails usually fly. But I'm blinded by that damn sun when on my back, so I can't see that well through the viewfinder. You can see the notorious plume nonetheless. Just look what they did here. You got a line down here, a line up there, and another line right there to create the grid. Another guy that way, busted up cloudoid there, another cloudoid there from previous chemtrailing this morning. You can see exactly how they're doing it. That's what the whole grid work show is about. So when you look up in the sky, you can see how they're doing it. Those are the east and west rails, and sure enough, we're gonna find somebody to go north and south to cross those. Well, I was just thinking about when another guy was gonna come by. It's getting around the 2 o'clock hour, and you gotta fill that hole in the grid. There's still some blue here, going east and west, and then you need to get a couple more lines going that way to complete the grid. Silver bullet. You see the tanks on the fuselage. Well, it's the 2 o'clock witching hour, and right on time we got a red bad boy. Clearly out of the back tail fin nozzle. I think these guys are the worst, other than the tankers, and well, they're all bad. I guess they're all the same, they're all bad. Look at the plume. My God. He went up on an arch too, creating that dome. Okay, we're back. It's almost 3 o'clock. It's actually 2:45. This is the Weather Channel's forecast and update. You can see what a farce it is. It says sunny, sunny, sunny till 4, partly cloudy at 5, mostly cloudy at 6, cloudy at 7, cloudy at 8. We already know what that means. It's not sunny by any means. They've been spraying all day, and so what that means over here is they're gonna spray some more. That's what that means. We're gonna go to the AccuWeather forecast now and see what they say. Here's the AccuWeather forecast. Look in that left-hand corner. You can see what time it is. Do the math to translate to your state and your time zone. Here you see where I'm at. You can see they're still chemtrailing us. See all that little wisp and stuff flowing through there from west to east? That's what they're doing. They're still spraying. New Mexico hit hard. Poor people. Texas getting hit again. Midwest, though, is pretty dry. I'm liking that. But you can see how they did it into Florida and that East Coast, southern East Coast. Michigan a little bit yet, making it rain. Wisconsin, oh, look at Idaho, Montana, Nebraska. Oh, man. There you have it. Check it out. See if it's happening in your area just the way I'm foreseeing it. You can still see they're still spraying. There's a line right there. Sun's in my eyes, can't bring the jet in, but as I pan over here, look at the finned work back in there. Leftover chemtrails, now finned. Cocaine wisps, that's what I'm going to call them from now on. It just looks like a big ball of white. We know that'll all be black when it falls from the sky. Look at that finned work by the tree. I'll take you right in between the trees. You can see the finned work back in there. Yep. As they're going to start clouding it back up. Just like the weather report said. You saw the AccuWeather forecast. They're going to be spraying all day. And they have been. Look at that rail there. My God. Oh, jeez. All right, we're back. It's about 6 o'clock. Facing the western sky. We want to prove to you that if you think these are clouds, you are way wrong. There aren't any more clouds. We've been trying to tell you that for a long time. There might be 10% around the ocean front where there's water, but Arizona's a desert. There's no water. There's no clouds, okay? That's why they used to call it the Valley of the Sun. Now it's the Valley of the Soot. You just look up here. Since when do clouds end up wisping away like that? They don't do that. We all know this. People are just so conditioned. And look at the black soot underneath there as it falls on the other side of the sun. See that? From the back side, that's why it's black. It's all going to be black. See up here, the chemtrail bomb up there. Saipan going from west to south. Chemtrails all dispersed there. Black soot starting to form, falling out of the sky there. All this back in here, all wisped away. The chemtrails all wisping. As I head into that southern sky, excuse the wind, it's getting a little windy out here. You can see the soot all falling from the sky. You look up here, oh, right above me is a great big bomb. I mean, there's no texture to these cloudoids. I don't know, they're all falling apart. Look at that. Have you ever seen the like? Come on. You know you haven't. You just, people don't want to accept that this is happening. Look at over here. The black soot is falling apart. Look at the chunks falling. As I keep panning around, it's getting so ridiculous. Just look at this crap. Oh my gosh, people need to wake up soon. Look at the soot. Here you can see the haze in that mountain. You can see the sun just reflecting the haze and the soot. As I'm risking my health just to bring you this footage. Look at that shit. Isn't that unbelievable? Alright, Joe Clyde, AscensionPathway.com, and the Evan Fain YouTube channel. Saturday, April 4th, 2015, the night before Easter Sunday. And this is what we got left in that western sky. You can see the chemtrails have already turned to black soot. Okay, so if the people, if you still think these are clouds, they don't turn black. Okay, this is black soot from the chemtrails. It's all over the place. It goes from white to black to fool the American public so they can get away with what they're doing. Just look at this notorious sky. They slowed down on the spraying. I haven't seen any jets active yet. But just look at that soot falling from the sky. See that all breaking off those cloudoids. They were able to fluff some up today with whatever spray they're using. Those red tails have 3 different sprays. You can see the 3 different kinds of chemicals coming out of there. So they've got something to fluff those cloudoids up. But oh, we got something over here. Here's a little light chemtrail. It's high enough. I don't know if you see that or not. But there you have it, people. The day before Easter. Black soot on you.